I can see it. Let me see who else we got here. Fishing Fever. I have no idea what the thumbnail looked like, but I was hitting buttons. I was pushing buttons. All right, let me see if I can find. See where everybody else is. Oh, wait a minute. To find myself. Yep. Can you actually hear me? It's weird. I'm used to being on the channel, and now when I'm talking and not hearing anything, it's just kind of odd. Hey, Wayne Hauska. Good morning. So let me let everybody, if you're just coming in, let you know what's going on. We were on StanDay. We had to end it early. Stan's granddaughters had softball games, I think it was, or Dave Gonchar. Yeah, yeah. So they had games, some type of games, and so he had to leave out early. So we figured we were. Oh, I could walk and get the mic, but we're not gonna be on that long. Just see if we can finish up, test out some stuff. I wish I see there was an option to fish together, and I didn't set that up, so I probably could have got at least one person in the softball. Yeah, so I'll have to. I think you have to do that in the setting. I don't know if you can. Let's see. We can play around with this. I don't see any other ways to make any changes. Let me see. I can play around with the settings. Guess we might as well try some stuff. I don't know if you can change anything once the live stream is started. But we do have, let me see. At least I can see who's in. Yak Shore, Rhonda, Wayne Hauska. Yeah, so Wayne, the thing about this spot is I knew about it, but I usually fish, let's see, that direction. And every time I tried to come here, it would be raining. So I would set up and it would start raining. So finally, last week, and it was raining again, I said, I'm not going to take my stuff to the other spot because it's just way too much equipment to set up. And then if it starts raining, then I got to break it down. So this is only the third time I fished in this spot. So it's a long shoreline. So I have to kind of figure out where the hot spots were. So last week, I was sitting down there and two fish were caught down here, and I kept having to run down. So now I decided to set up down here and then look for the other fish. I got three more rods set up that direction. No, I'm pointing the wrong way. That direction. And so if I get up, I'll just grab the camera and drag it down there. But at least for the most part, we'll finish this hour or so up, and then I'll start packing up because that takes a while. And then maybe, but yes, but so far the spot has been pretty good. So on at least this side, it's all been shad. And I did catch one on StanDay about an hour ago on eel down there. So I have not had a chance to figure out the water depth because I haven't been able to get my Navionics app to work. So I'm gonna try that while we're sitting here. See if I can fire up Navionics and see how deep this water is because I had no idea. Yep, you can at least see the tops of the rods. So you can see four rods here. And that direction has got some logs, some sticks, some branches in the water. So I tried to throw a live bait down there, and it had a hit, and it must have got off, and it kind of got hung up a little bit. So I moved a little bit over to the right. So I'm still figuring this spot out. But I tell you what, that 6 foot Freddy's Outdoor Adventure rod loves this corner over here. I've caught four on that rod, two like 12 pounders last night, two that were right around 10 pounds last week. So, eventually going to land a big one. It's coming. I don't know why Navionics will not show up when I search for. Maybe I have to do. I'll do it this way. I'll go in through Google Play, type in Navionics, and it should find it already installed. Yep, there we go. Open. So if we do have 11 people in, thank you. This was kind of a last minute because StanDay had to end early, and I know we try to keep the routine going, and we will see if I can get at least find out how much. All right, so apparently it's not super deep. It looks like mostly around 5 feet. I would have to get pretty far out to get to 9 feet, but there is a 17 foot. If I could, let me see. Let me hold it this way. So out there, at least in the middle, it gets out to around 23 feet. This is 17. So, uh-oh. I hear something down here. All right, here we go. Told you I have to drag the whole camera. But yeah, I got a fish on. All right, I got the hook set. Let me get this thing set up so I don't lose them. All right, let's go. This didn't work very well. And sure enough, I lost him. No, I didn't. I didn't. He was just swimming to the bank. All right, so here we go. We got to get over to this ledge so I can get him out of the water. All right, this is called mobile fishing. Oh, it's not too bad. But I am gonna need, okay, okay, you can see a little bit. I'm gonna have to get my net. So hang on, because he's not gonna be able to. Hey, this is always the way it works. If you set up down there, they'll be down here. So I gotta come. All right, let's see if we can do this. See him right there. All right, I'm gonna have to come over here. I don't want to lose my net. And come on. He's in. All right. I don't want to break the net. Oh, boy. Okay. There we go. Ooh, he's not too bad. I think he would have been in trouble if we stayed on. I think Steve Ransom, I think I would have got you. All right. Yeah, he's over 10 pounds for sure. See if I can give you a good look at him here. Hang on. All right, I'm going to be messy. There he is. So I got to go back down there, bring all the stuff down here, remove this fish, get a weight on him. So give me 2 minutes here. All right, here we go. So at least hopefully I made it worth your while coming and joining me. So we got something on this part 2 of StanDay. And you can hear him. He's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. I got these lines all wrapped up now. So, all right, let's do this. Let you get a good look at him. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to get all this stuff on. Let me clean them up a little bit. All right. Let me show his clean side. All right. So I'm guessing he's probably, if it was doing a month long, I would say this is probably around 28 inches, if I had to guess. Yeah, let's get a weight on him. I'm gonna say 12 pounds on the weight as a guess. Anybody got any guesses? You can put them in now. Okay. All right. Yeah, here we go. One, two, three. All right, maybe not as much as I thought. Yeah, let me see. Okay, can you see that? No. Well, let's say 10.6. 10.6 minus 20 ounces, so about 10.2. Yeah. There you go. All right. Let's get one more look at him. All right. And if I ever wanted to take a picture, I guess I'd have to do it like that. There we go. All right, let's get him back in the water. There we go. All right. I had to cross the lines up to get, I'm not sure if that was the smartest way to do it, but I have to keep an eye on the rods down there because I don't have any bells or anything, so I'm trying to keep my eye on the other ones. They're in rod holders, so they'll be okay, except for one, but that one does have a bell. So if that one, if it goes off, it could potentially be a problem, but I think it's on that ledge pretty well, so it shouldn't go in the water. But I'll be listening. It's gonna take a minute or two to untangle this stuff. So this shad that I've been using has been doing pretty well down here. So at least both of these parts of this little inlet or whatever you call it, I've caught one on eel about, same size, one on shad. So I'm trying to figure out the different distances to cast out. So yeah, so maybe I should just take this piece of bait off. It'll be easier to untangle this stuff for now. So we got 11 in. I know we got a lot of stuff going on this morning, so I'm not gonna prolong this. I think I'll probably begin my pack up fairly shortly. There's one other spot I want to check out. Maybe if I had time, I'll do that today. Okay. So I've got to keep my ears on those other 3 rods down the way. All right. Let's yank this stuff off of here. The thing about shad is, at least this one is pretty, it's been staying on the hook pretty well. And this is, I think I'm going to go back to the place where I got it, get a bunch more, put it in the freezer so when bait is lean, I can just go back to it, see how it does frozen. This has been on ice for about 3 days or so, but it's holding up. All right, I think I got enough to untangle this one. That other pole is still in the water. There we go. All right, let's see. Yeah, I didn't want to lose that one. So instead of, and that's one of those 9-foot poles, so it's not easy to pull it underneath. But that wasn't so bad. That wasn't too bad. All right, let me tighten this line up. All right. Tell you what. Let me go get let me go get another piece of bait. Get this one back out, and be right back. Tell you what. Since I'm not going to be here a long time, this is the head of that shad that I've been fishing off of all morning. I'm going to throw this out there. Let's see what happens. Just throw it out there. Of course, if something grabs this, it is going to be a problem. But, so you'd have to grab it that way. Whew, it's possible. I've had some shad heads catch some decent. So let's just get this out here and see what happens. All right, still got 15 here. This is called mobile fishing. I'm gonna leave all that stuff in there. At least I can let you see what this setup looks like, what I've got. All right, so let's turn the camera this way. So, let's turn it this way. So these are the big rods. That's the 12-foot slime cat, the 9-foot calm, and the 7'6" mad cats. So typically what I'm trying to do here is go for the bigger fish, possibly. So let me tighten this up. There and there. So eel, big shad head, and a smaller piece of shad. So hopefully you can see what I'm trying to show here. I got to back up a little bit. You can see the whole thing. There you go. And that is the Bankmaster Pro rod holder. So the good thing is that I usually don't have to put bells on all the rods. If anything hits one of those rods, I'll hear it. So, and a lot of times I fish just as much by hearing as by sight. All right, so let's cut back over here where we've been sitting all morning. And you can see the other, how many rods do we have now? We got 4 rods over here. Let me see if I can get this thing somewhat straightened out. Nope, it's not gonna work. Let's come this way. All right. This is the weight I use to hold the tripod down. I think that'll work. Okay. So, it's not straight at all, is it? Yeah. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get right now. Okay. Let me come up here. There we go. Okay. So let's recap. And let me see what time it is. And let me see who's all on. So I've been live for 24 minutes. This is the part 2 of the StanDay. Normally we would be on StanDay until about 12 o'clock noon. He had some family business to take care of. Can you put link in? I have a link, but yeah. So JG Hill, sorry about that. I'm using YouTube. I didn't get it set properly on StreamYard. So and I think I had Streamlabs, one of the two. But the bottom line is I can't send you a link because I've already started this live. And what I'm going to do this week is do a practice run of doing a StreamYard and invite some folks in so that next time this happens, we can just set something up on the fly, and if we need an extra hour or a half hour. But yeah, I forgot when I set it up that I was on YouTube and not using StreamYard. So, but we'll get it figured out. This will be like the backup plan. Fishing with Steve Mosley. Yeah, so I think Big Slim is in. So yeah, for those who came in while I was dealing with that fish down on the other side, you know, Stan had to leave out. So I'm going to probably run this until noon and start packing up. So, you know, kind of keep the same routine that we have. But I have caught one in the 23, or I guess 25 minutes that I've been live. And it was down, I had to go chase it down there. But it was right over 10. It felt bigger than that, but that's what it was. So that's 3 fish for the day. So I think I had one that was when it was 10 or 11, something like that. When it was 3, another 10. So I'm up to 26 pounds of fish. But and that one was on the Kong rod, and that was on shad. So what I did is replace that with a big shad head. So if anything hits that thing, good Lord. And so the other thing is, if you can see this ledge, it's a pretty big, pretty decent sized drop. So you saw I had to lean all the way over. So what I'm going to have to do is get something to put on the end of my net, to wrap around my hands and tie it so that if it does slip out of my hand, it won't be at the bottom of the river. So I need to work on that. If anybody has any suggestions or has seen any products on Amazon that can just basically put like a wrist strap handle on the end of the net, that would be helpful because that's one thing this one does not have. For the amount of money, it seemed like that would have been something they would could have gave us. But I think they're mostly thinking about people on the boats with a lot of these products that they manufacture, and so having to use that super extended handle, probably I'm sure there's a lot of people who need it like that. So I shouldn't say few. A lot of people fish on the bank. So, but I definitely need to get a for somewhere like here that something to make sure it doesn't slip. And Haynes Point is the same way when the water is low tide, and you've got that high railing, and you got to lean over, um, and you want to have something in case the net it may just slip out of your hand. So that's something to be added. Yeah, that's the thing about. I think I might have missed one of my biggest fish of all time. I was fishing at Haynes Point. This is in the winter. It was cold, and it was low tide, and I had them all the way to the wall, and I dipped the net down, and I missed it the first time. And I'm dealing with a torn rotator cuff, so I'm struggling. And by the second time, I put that net down to try to get them. That thing popped the line. It had to be 45, 50 pounds. Put a heavy rope into a loop and duct tape it in place. Okay, got it. Yeah, I would be sick if that thing went in the water. And that's that whisker seeker. And it's sturdy because I ran over it with the truck about a year and a half ago. It still works. I probably should be checking all these baits by now because they have been out here for a while. So let me do that. Let me let me catch up to the comments first. Question: why don't y'all use floats when y'all fish? Mostly because I'm usually fishing on the bottom. We'll use the rattles, and then we'll try to use those peg floats to keep it off. Here's what I say: I can't say for certain that when I use these peg floats, that it's actually keeping the bait off of the floor because the baits are so heavy. Is it enough to float those baits up? Now people say, "Oh yeah, it works." Um, I'm not sure, but I do have a lot of demon dragons that I use all the time. But as far as actually using that as a float, I do have some pretty sturdy whisker seekers. And then the other deal is, depending on where I'm fishing at, if it's a lot of snags, I don't want to lose that stuff. But it seems to be relatively safe, other than I do see there's some structure, um, like concrete over here to the left. So as the tide is dropping, I can see it now. It's definitely, I'm not exactly sure what you call that, but it's some concrete structure there that I could get hung up on. And I think I finally, since I did get the Navionics, so most of far as where I could probably cast is probably 5 feet, I'm getting a tap here on the Uncle Lou, unless that was a wind. Uh, there is a 17-foot hole out there. I just don't. I have to measure it, see how far it is. I could probably bring one of those big rods over here and get almost out there to see if I can get to some of the bigger fish. Is this the wind? I don't know if y'all can see it. This orange rod right here, the Uncle Lou. Let me see if I can see it from the cameras. Balloons work good as a float. Okay. Yeah, now I do have some. No, no, let me rephrase that. I do use the Whisker Seeker Big Berthas, and they definitely float for sure, especially if I'm using a lighter bait, um, like an eel or chicken for sure. Though those will definitely float, and I can see the float out there. So maybe I will do that the next time I'm out here. I'll bring one of the Whisker Seeker Big Berthas out, throw that out there, and see how it does. But the first time I was here and I tried chicken, didn't get any bites at all. But the shad has been pretty good. And then the one on eel. I think I don't know if I had anything on cut carp or not, but I think I'm gonna. What time is it? Caught 35-pound blues that floats. Okay. All right. Who else? Pure Blood is here. Well, he gets 9.3. Yeah, that was pretty close. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's do that. Let's put some fresh bait out here for this last. Oh, I got a groundhog hole right here. This is groundhogs that are making all that noise over there. There he goes. Let's put a fresh piece of cut carp out here. All kind of stuff in. All right, let's get rid of this one. All right, let's see. All right, let's see how far I can get out there then, since I know there's a 17-foot hole out there. This is probably not the best one cast that long, but try to put one out there, and then we'll bring the next one in short. Uh-oh. I got one on the other side here. I can hear it. All right. Which one was it? Must have been this one, because here's the slack line. Okay. See if we can. There we go. He's on. He's on. All right, this one's got a little, it's got a head, shoulder shake on him. All right, we're gonna bring him over here where I can get to him. And I still gotta go get the net. He's swimming. Okay, hang on. Hang on, y'all. I don't want to chance it trying to hoist it up. It might not be a good hook set. Let me go get the net. I know we had, so you see the issue I'm dealing with. It is straight down though. See if I can get him. Come on back. There we go. He's in there. All right. I'm not showing this very well. But here we go. All right. There we go. Lift them up. There we go. All right. Yeah, this was not. He was right in the corner. You can see he's in the corner. All right. Well, y'all keeping me busy. Y'all keeping me busy. And that was a shad again. So basically, the shad is doing the trick. Except for the one that was on eel. And it was a small piece. Come on. You know I'm slow. There we go. All right. Here's the first look. I don't want to drop them. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Less than 10. Okay. Now, if we get something on that big shad head over there next to it, that's gonna be crazy. All right. Here we go. If you can see this. 6.2 minus the 2 for the sling. So 6 pounds. £6. All right. One more look. We'll get him back in. All right. All right. I think I should go with a fresh piece of bait here. Sorry, I'll catch up to the chat in a minute. Let me go. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this net. Maybe I should need to leave the net down here now. All right. Let me go get. Might as well leave it out here. Let me go get some more bait. Be right back. All right, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw that police boat go through, but he's out there. So I got a fresh piece of shad right there. I'm gonna leave the net over here. Of course, that means the next fish will come over here. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's get you back down. You can see these other rods here. Can you see the tips? You want to see the tops. Yeah, I think you're good. All right. Fall. All right. Let's cut up some more bait. All right. I'll get to the comments in just a second. So you can see this is the Triple City Anglers Chunky Cats. You know, see the Demon Dragon type. You've got the rattles and the hook. So the whole purpose of this is to suspend this off the floor. So I got my no roll seeker there. So if that's laying flat, obviously, we'll see. I don't know if that's long enough to bring it up, or I need to bring this down some. But anyway, let's get some bait out. Okay. That was not that far out. Tell you what, let me cut these pieces up, and then I just have to throw them out. About that. So instead of big chunks, I just been downsizing, you know, not as big. All right, let's go right to left. Oh, we just put this one out. That's right. Oh yeah, nothing was gonna happen there. All right, let's see. I'm gonna knock the phone over. Okay. I got one more. And that should do it. Yeah, that was a pretty big piece here. Good luck. Just change it up a little bit from smaller pieces, bigger pieces. See what they're biting on. This is a small one here. I get to stay on the hook. That might be a little bit of a problem. So we're gonna throw this one out as far. And these are the catfish soup, or these are, uh-oh, hang on. I know it's not a lot of light. I am in the shade, thank goodness. Thank you for the thumbs up, Fish from Jeff Beal. Yeah, so anyway, this is no roll sinker. This is one of the 8 ounces, came from Tidal Weights. And so I just have that on the back. This is either Catfish Sumo. I'll have to look, see which one. I can't remember which one this is. And then, so let's get this one out a little closer in. This is the Muddy River Blue Cat rod. All right, let's see if I can not throw the bait off. Okay, close enough. All right. All right. Let me get this out of the sun. I don't want to drop my knives. One sec. All right, here we go. All right, let's get caught up to chat. Let's see. Fishing with Steve Mosley, Wayne, Big Vince. Pull that little fish up. Yeah, it wasn't hooked that well, but I don't like to take chances. At least not on the live stream, because y'all will be laughing at me. Yep, I definitely use the bells. Let me spin this that way a little bit. Now come back that way. And come down a little bit. There we go. All right, I think we're good. This will get us to, so it's 11:43, so a little more than 15 minutes. And then I'll start gradually bringing this stuff in. So, okay. Is that the monster catfish rod spike you're using on the rods to the right? Do you like it? So, uh, all of my rod holders are monster rod holders. They're basically the same ones you probably are using on your boat. But I can't. Yeah, let me bend the camera down so you can see a little bit better. Okay. So yeah, so these are, and what I did when I was at CatCon last year, I got the extended. So I can't remember how. I think these are like 10 or 12 inches. So these are longer than the standard ones that they sell, but they had some in the factory. They're local in Louisville, so I got mine extended, and I also have on the other side the Breakmaster Pro, which is the T-bar. So it has 3 rod holders on it, and I also have extensions for those as well that I have not put on yet. So I think I'm ready to start doing that. But as far as how do I like them, I hardly ever fish without them. I mean, especially this right here is perfect because this is not hard ground. They sink right in, and once you lock them in, they're not going anywhere. They are not moving. Look at that. They're not going anywhere. So it's 3 stakes on the bottom, and so this is what one of the things I'm going to be giving away, and I'm probably going to do it next Monday. I'm working on it. If I can get the StreamYard fixed up, I'm going to be giving away 1 rod. I'm going to be giving away 1 Akuma reel. I'm going to be giving away 1 of these. Let me point to that one. 1 of those. Um, 1 of those triple city angler spooks that you saw, and a couple other things. I can't remember everything else, but it's gonna be a good one. So I will, get that message out. But the plan is to do it next Monday on the holiday. Um, do my first giveaway. I'm up to almost at 400 subscribers. I wanted to do it at 250. Somebody told me to wait a little bit longer. So hopefully I get up over 400 before next Monday. That is next, or is it the next Monday after that? One of the two. But anyway, I should hopefully be at 4,000 watch hours definitely by the end of this week, hopefully. And so then my next goal is trying to get to the 1,000 subscribers because the one thing, there's some features. Let me get over here so you can see me. So there's some, I look crazy too, by the way, looking up in this camera like this. So there's some features that don't get unlocked till you get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm trying to get there. For example, we could have from StanDay, I could have set up a live stream and it would have automatically started when his ended. But I am not eligible for that yet. But and I wouldn't have to mess around with the StreamYard and all that other stuff. I could have. Well, then it's the other challenge. If I was going to bring some other, no, it will work with StreamYard. Yeah. So anyway, so two things I got to do. I got to get my StreamYard working correctly, and I got to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can do that daisy chaining like they do on Friday night. And I know you need a TV guide for all the shows, but like Stan will do his thing from 8 to 9, and then Pontoon Jody's Flathead Challenge from 9 to 12, and then Fish on Ed Evans will go from 12 to 4 in the morning. And you don't have to, I'm no preacher to the choir. You've probably all seen all this stuff already, but it'll pop up right there in the window. You just hit it, and bam, you're on the next show. You don't have to go out looking for it. And so I definitely want to get that going, but I still got subscribers. I think I got to the end of the year, the end of the calendar year, to get up to 1,000. So I'm pushing hard. I think I'm good. I should be good with the 4,000 watch hours in the next week or so. Oh, appreciate it, Wayne. Yeah, I just want to keep us going that way. Every Sunday morning from 9 to 12, you'll have something. So we'll get it worked out that it'll be a little bit more seamless transition. If Stan has to, you got to do your family thing. You got to do that. I know I was doing a lot of traveling on Sundays because my nephew was playing college football, and we would go to the games in Steve Ransom. He knows the area because that's kind of where he's fishing at, or he's been in that area before. That's like a 6-hour drive every Sunday during college football season. So, but he's graduated. So it would be hard on doing some of the stand days, or if I'm traveling, I would just find somewhere, whatever the city. I'll take a couple of rides, maybe not, definitely not the whole production here, but just enough to put in the car. They won't mess up anything. And something just tapped the Uncle Lou right there. And wind is still pretty good. It's not, shouldn't be affecting the poles. So thank you, Wayne. OG Sean White, appreciate it. So what I've been doing is, to help with subscribers and the watch hour. You'd be surprised. I was thinking that those 15-second shorts really wouldn't do anything, but man, I tell you, I did one. I've been probably averaging about 1,700 views on each of the 15-minute shorts. And the craziest thing is I was doing these. Rebel River Cat say, hey, let me recap for something that just came in. So we were doing StanDay this morning. He had to leave early. The grandchildren had softball tournaments. So we were going to try to just move over to my side and continue to stream. Of course, I forgot that I set it up in YouTube and couldn't invite people to fish. So I'm going to do some testing on StreamYard this week so that if we ever have that case again, we can just schedule it. And then if he has to leave, it'll just kick over and I'll be able to invite everybody. Have the link already provided for those who are going to be fishing, and we can keep it going. So we'll be working on that. And also I'm working on a giveaway for in a couple weeks on the holiday on Monday. And so I'll have to do that on StreamYard as well. So I got to practice with Stan, and I got 2 tournaments coming up this week. So Friday night, I've got the Brian B. Midnight Madness, and that'll start at, as he calls it, 11:55 p.m. and go to 5 in the morning. And then later that day, I have the Sharina Keeping It Real carp tournament. I need to talk to her because I haven't seen all the details and what time it starts, but I know it's that same day. So I will be at least one day this week get out here and finalize where I'm going to do the carp fishing, and the same thing with the overnight. So that I did the Midnight Madness last year, and it was raining. The mosquitoes were biting my hands because I had the phone on and the light from the phone was attracting. So I had mosquito bites all over my hands. I only caught like one or two fish, so it was a rough night. So I got to decide whether to go back to that same spot, which is just conducive for fishing overnight. I do have another spot I could possibly do, but I haven't fished there in a while, and I don't know. You know, I never caught any big fish, but numbers are good when the fishing is good. So I got some decisions to make between now and Friday and strategy on both of those two tournaments coming up. So it's gonna be a busy week, or at least a busy night of fishing Friday. I won't be able to do it here. So yeah, Rebel River Cat. So let's recap. So we started on StanDay. It was myself, and y'all correct me, JG Hill, um, Steve Ranson, Timmy, and one, two, three, four. I think that was it. So Timmy had one that was 3 pounds. I had two. I was up to 15 pounds. Steve Ranson had a 21-pound flathead. And so when we ended like at 10:45, that basically ended the competition. So I'd caught two on StanDay, and I've caught two since this live started about an hour ago. So you can go back and see both of those fish, and they were both down on that end. So I had to grab the camera, move it down there, grab the net. So it was, you know, it was some challenges, but we got them both on the bank. I didn't want to. I know they weren't big fish. Yeah, I could have probably lifted them up, but you'd be surprised at how many fish I've lost that way. I've broken rod tips on a live stream, just pulling it up, and it was a shorter drop off than this one. But I broke the tip of my whisker seeker, and I told myself I'm not going to do that again. Um, so I'm always going to just use a net, um, so I don't break any more of those rod tips off. So I've caught 4 or 5 this morning, all blues. 3 of them were on shad, and one was on eel. So the had a couple hits on the cut carp. I had a large jumbo minnow that I had on that rod, and it hit. And I think it ran into the rocks, and by the time I got to it, the minnow was gone. So anyway, it's been pretty good this morning. The tide is falling. It was higher. High tide here was like at 7:30 this morning. So we started at 9. So the tide has been going out, all morning. Oh, Yak Shore. Well, let me just say this. I had a big help on my watch hours. Back on New Year's. It might have been New Year's Day. My university's band was playing in the Rose Bowl parade. So I'm out there in Pasadena, California, and I decided to to film the band. And this is Norfolk State Spartan Legion when they were coming past where we were sitting. We had a big group out there, and so I did like a 12-minute video, and and that's back when I really had the bad rotator cuff tear. And so I'm trying to hold the phone over my head with all these people standing up. So anyway, I did this 12-minute video, and it has gotten 35,000 views since since the first of the year. 35,000. So that probably gave me 2,000 watch hours right there. So that's why I'm trying to take advantage. Don't want to lose that. I want to get these 1,000 subscribers, get that milestone out of the way this year, so I don't have to start back over with the watch hours again next year. Somebody's got a boat out here now. That looks like a probably a bass boat. I don't see any rod racks hanging out the back. And caught like 6 fish total day. Bite is on fire for him. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. And I did the bait shop earlier this week. So if you go to the bait shop's website, I did the interview with Brian B. and Fishing with the Chad and Freddie's Outdoor Adventures. So that was that was Thursday night. I caught 3 on that live stream in that hour. So it's been a pretty good week. I haven't caught anything huge, nothing over 20 or anything like that, but the numbers have been good this week. So Stan, to continue on the StanDay, so he was fishing Pontoon Jody's challenge Thursday night. So that was so on Thursday nights, they have the bait shop that goes from 8 to 9. And then wait a minute, which one was it? I'm getting my days mixed up now. I think he caught the 34-pounder. Yeah, no, that was Friday. That was last night that he caught the 34-pounder with 2 minutes left on Pontoon Jody's flathead challenge. So Thursday night was from 8 to 9 was the bait shop, and then we had like an hour off, and then from 10 to midnight was Team Snagging Whiskers Snagging Night Live. Yeah, SNL on Thursday. And so I caught one on there, and then Dustin caught like I can't remember what size it was. It was good. Oh, it was around somewhere between 16 and 20 pounds towards the end. So yeah, it's been for most of the folks that I've been talking to or interacting with, it's been a pretty good fishing week. It is 11:59. So I missed the 2-minute warning, but that will officially end part 2 of StanDay. All right, Wayne. So I might sit out here for a few more minutes since I did put fresh bait out here. So I'll give it maybe another 15 minutes. And when I'm packing up, I'll just leave the cameras on while I'm packing up. I like to leave the rods out to the last second just in case, get lucky. Because, typically you'll catch a fish 5 minutes after the live stream. Yeah, that was, okay, it was Friday night. Yep, 34 pounds. So I don't know if you can see that boat coming into the camera now. Yeah, that happens all the time. I attract boats. Never ceases to amaze me. You got miles and miles of river, and they'll bring the boat right over here by the shore. But I guess this is where the fish are. Yep, it is noon, so that is officially the end of StanDay. So even though the fish on the second part didn't count, uh, Steve Ransom on the first part of StanDay had the Does anybody remember how big that flathead was? As a matter of fact, I was bringing in the fish the same time he was, so I'm gonna have to go back and look at that catch. You know, it's always nice catching flathead. That's why I've been starting to use at least some live bait every time I come out now, and this may be one of these spots where I'm at. You know, I'll get lucky. So yeah, 21.3. Yeah, it was a nice one. It was nice. I just didn't get a chance to see it because I was dealing with that one over there on the wall. So I'll go back this evening, probably around 4 or 5 o'clock when I get home, and go back and look at the tape, and then I'll see if I got anything decent enough on my footage to make a short, and I'll do those 15-second shorts, and you know, it's cool just watching. You know how sometimes it'll just take off fast, and sometimes it'll be real slow and just gradually build up until it gets down to, you know, pretty much nobody watching. Oh, he's either hooked up or snagged up on the boat, if you can see him right there. So let's see. Let's give it a second. Looked like it was snagged. I don't know. And I think he might be snagged. I'm not laughing, chuckling. Downtown Ernie Brown. Yeah, so you know, I'm not gonna be on um, much longer. We just finished up. We had StanDay this morning, and he had to leave early, taking care of some family business. The grandchildren were in softball tournament, so he ended StanDay about 10:45. I came in and just went live about 73 minutes ago, and so I caught two during that time, and the baits are pretty fresh. So I'll probably start packing up in about 15 minutes, and I'll just leave the cameras pointing here because these are the safer ones. Because at least, except for that one, is not in a rod rack. So that'll be probably the first one I bring in because I don't want to get snatched in the water. And then the ones that are down that direction. Oh, actually, it's that direction because that's the boat. Tony, don't you have that scope? Yo, you talking the camera? Yeah, yeah. He didn't catch. You know, he wasn't hung up, but he's getting closer and closer to the shore down there. And what I'll probably do is put the bells on the rod so that way if I'm up there packing up, I can at least hear it, and I'll run down the hill, try not to fall. The good thing, I remember this time last year, man, we were having phones overheating. It was so hot, phones were overheating. I had a tripod fall over and shattered an iPhone. I had to end up getting a new phone. No, matter of fact, that was an Android that shattered, and I ended up buying my first iPhone. So, so yeah, things are quieting down a little bit. Yeah, that thing is pretty nice. I got and there was another one of those items I think I got on Amazon. So if you go out in my description, I should have links to all the products that I use. I have to look and see if I have that one in there. I'll add it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So it has a carrying case, and if you want to put it on your belt, this is mostly for bird watchers. All right, so you see, I've already. All right, So it does have two covers, and at least this one has something, an attachment. And I believe the way this thing works is obviously you can set it up on a tripod, and I think these things are supposed to, if I'm not mistaken, Wayne, aren't they supposed to attach to a phone somehow or another? Gotta take my glasses off to use them. And a waterproof. So now if I look at that boat, and let's see. Yeah, I just have to practice with it. That's a branch. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it doesn't tell you. I guess the product folks they need to put the name of it on it. That doesn't help you when you're trying to sell the product or advertise it. I had no idea. Show about 3 miles. Okay. But yeah, it's nice. I can see, all that stuff over there. Let me get that out of the way again. My eyesight is just terrible. Anyway, so it has cover there. And has another cover. And a carrying case. So it doesn't have the name on it anywhere. So I'll have to go on Amazon. I'll put the link out in the description. All right. So what I'm gonna do is start packing some of this stuff up. So I haven't gone anywhere. No, I don't think they were. They weren't super expensive either. Wayne, I don't know if you remember the price. But yeah, what caught my attention is that when you show it, it has it attached to like an iPhone. And so I don't know how you do it, but I think you can actually I think the way it works is that you can attach it to the iPhone or one of the phones, and instead of looking through this, you can look through the phone. So I can use the phone as a viewfinder. I think that's the way it worked. Yeah. Uh-oh, I'm on a delay. Sorry about that. I'm lagging 25. $59 for four. Okay, yeah. But you can buy it individually too, because I know I just got the one. Oh, he's down there under the mulberry trees or some kind of trees. I always worry about fishing underneath a lot of trees because I always think about snakes falling out of the trees on top of you. I can hear stuff crawling around those bushes. I don't know what's in there. I know I'm sitting on top of some groundhogs because they got the holes right there. All right, so let me gradually start packing some of this stuff up. Like I said, I'm just 3 feet away And I need to pull some of these bells out when I start carrying stuff up to the car so I can hear anything going on. But I'm right here. Yeah, so typically also what I do when I'm packing up, I like to do what I'm doing there, go over what I'm using. Y'all have probably seen all this stuff, but just in case it's something you haven't seen or used before, I use this time to go over what I'm using. So let me see what's in this box here. Oh, these are the hooks I'm going to be giving away. I'm going to give away. It's a decent knife. This is a Rover Track. I could not figure out how to open this thing, and I went to an event at somebody's church, and the DJ showed me how to use the knife. Imagine that. The daggone DJ had to teach me how to use a fishing knife. And no gnats. I've been using this for a while. It was supposed to repel gnats, mosquitoes, biting flies, but no gnats. That was pretty good. I'm always trying different things, and this is, everybody's familiar with the off. You can get this stuff at Walmart, but I use the Amber Romance from Victoria's Secrets. I've got another one that I started using. Actually, used today was some guys in the mall were selling. So basically, sandalwood is supposed to be a natural mosquito repellent. So I got some sandalwood oil, and I just rubbed that on my hands. And like I told you last year, doing the Midnight Madness, I had mosquito bites all over my hands because the light from the phone was attracting. So I've been trying different stuff. So that sandalwood oil I used today. This is my little, if I'm not doing live streams and if I want to like take a picture of something that I caught, I'll put it on this thing. This is called an AI case. This is a nice cell phone holder. You set the phone, for 10 seconds, and then you can, do your picture catching. I think most people, this is probably one of the most popular. I'll put it up a little bit closer. Popular scales. This is the Doctor Meter. This one's about $10, and it goes up to 110 pounds. So I don't suppose I'll ever have that problem. I have not having a big enough scale. So 110 pounds, about $10 thereabouts. It even has the, if you need to do a measurement, it's got one of those on the side. And battery life is pretty good on it. Speaking of batteries, my power pack is called a EAFU. See, at least they put their name on it. So that EAFU, and so I'll attach this to the iPhone with a long iPhone cable. And you can see this one right now sitting at 90%, which is good because some of these power packs, you don't know how much battery life is in it. This one will tell you exactly what you have left. And flip it that way. You can see that. I know the lighting is not, I'm in the shade, so you can't see all that. But it's got an input and two outputs. So I really like this one. And it comes with its own little carrying case. So, if you're out and it's lightweight, it's not the lightest, but it's pretty lightweight. So you can keep this in your pocket if you need to charge up your phone. You've been out all day. That one works. And I think I have another one down in here somewhere. Actually, I didn't bring that one out of the car. I figured I wouldn't need it because we're not going to be out. Wasn't going to be out here a long time. Pull these bells out. Start getting this stuff ready when I'm packing up. So I'll slide one on there. And then the other part of the giveaway and what I'm using on the Freddy Outdoor Adventure Rod are these. Well, I took the labels off, but these are the Triple City Anglers Chunky Cats rig. So you can see this is the way he used to always, you know, rig up his lines. And this is the bigger float, and this is the smaller one. All right, something's crawling around in the bushes back there. So I'll be giving away a couple of these next week. All right, let me put a bell on this one. Okay, what is that down here? Okay. Thought that was something in the water. And I use these little hefty containers you get from Walmart, or Walmart has them, Target has them, different sizes. But I can throw all my stuff in it. They're see-through, so I can see what's in there. And all right, let me see if I can tell I'm in a hurry. I'm just throwing stuff in here. And you lock them down, and I can kind of look through, and I can kind of see what's in here. Keep all my stuff. So this is it. It's called a hefty storage click latch. So that's what this deal is. Uh-oh. See something on the Freddy. Yeah, here we go. The Freddy rod is getting hit. Yep, I'm hooked up. Never know when you're packing up. There's always a pack-up bite. There he goes. I'm gonna get around this branch. Okay, hang on. Of course, I get tangled up on the branch. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. A little channel. Look at that little channel. There we go. Nice looking one. Let's see, let's check them out. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Man, he is hooked right at the top of the... This is weird. He's not really hooked on the lip. Unless I did that. Hang on. Come out of there. There we go. All right. Little channel. All right. So I guess if I'm truly packing up, I shouldn't put him back in. Put him in. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I thought I heard something thrashing in the water. So again, these are the chunky rigs, chunky cats fishing rigs that I'm gonna be giving away, and this is on the Freddy's Outdoor FOA rod. This FOA rod has been on fire since the first time I put it out was what, last Sunday, and I didn't catch anything last Sunday, but all the rest of the week, and y'all have probably already seen all of these, but this is the double Y Youth and Yaks, and you can see the specs on it. I don't know if the camera is backwards or forward, but you can put up to 40-pound line and 8-ounce lures, and I've got a 5-ounce on this one. So this one I threw out pretty close, but this is the third fish of the day on the Freddy. 2 last night, and then 2 on Thursday night. So this is doing pretty well, and it's a Penn Battle 3 is the reel that I'm using. It's Penn Battle 3. I use the K9 cat line, 80-pound. I think this is actually might even be 100-pound, but this is braid. But I like the K9 because it will show up at night on black lights. So if you see you're doing a night stream, and I do have the black lights out, obviously the mono is going to show up better, but this is a braid that will show up under black lights. That is the K9 cat line. All right. Okay. All right. Still got some folks with me. Yep. All right. Packing up. We're still here. We're packing up. One on the pack up so far. Tie these shoes up. Okay. We'll keep checking in on the chat while I'm packing up. Oh yeah, Steve Ranson, I see you in. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely caught a few more. I caught three since we started the part two. So two were 10 pounds, and that last channel cat I didn't even weigh. Wait a minute, let me back up. One was 10. I can't even remember. I had to go back and look on the stream now. I'm packing up now, but yeah, I caught three since the end of the first stream, so part two. So 110, 1, 6 or 7, and then that last channel cat was, I don't know, probably a couple pounds. So yeah, so it's been pretty busy. Um, been on for, that's hard to believe, been 97 minutes. But yeah, so that is, I told everybody the story, the recap on StanDay. So I think everybody in should kind of know what we've done so far this morning and why we're on my channel right now, because it was just a continuation. So that's it. So I'm packing up. I always leave the lines out, and I try to talk about the different rods and reels that I'm using as I bring each one in for those who might not have been on my stream before. So I'm gonna take this chair. I'm gonna take the first load of equipment up the hill, and what is that going on down there? Oh, somebody's on the beach. All right, so I will be right back. I was thinking I almost caught one on every rod, but no, I didn't. I did have at least one, two, three. Now I had to go back and look at the video on how many I did catch on each rod. And then I got my Walmart chair. It took me a while to get used to it, but now I kind of like it. It's fold up. I got candle wax all over, but it's just their house brand, Ozark Trail. Okay. All right. See if anything's happening down here. All right, still got a few people hanging in. Appreciate it. All right. Appreciate it, Wayne. Okay. All right. We'll go over here on the other side and bring these 3 rods in. In fact, I'll bring the camera with me. All right, let's try this way. All right. Now I've got an issue going on with this slime cat, is that all of a sudden, this is a 2-piece, and I can't get the piece apart. I don't want to twist it too much because it's going to break that off. So I don't know. This has been a challenge here. I'm glad I came back over here paying attention because I left the scale on the ground over here. Oh boy. And one of these poles has got that big oversized shad head on it. I was hoping we would get lucky. This one's been out here for a while. All right, that was the eel. Did catch one on this one earlier. We'll retire this piece. Get it off. Get this eel off. Oh, I know what to do. Just cut it off. This thing is so tough, you gotta cut it off. And I think this is my favorite piece of the eel. It's hard to see with the gloves, but you see that little part right there, and I guess the little fins. Yeah, that's a good piece there. So, all right, so I talked about the slime cat. That was at 12 foot. This is the Mad Cats medium heavy. I guess all these Mad Cats have names on them. So this is the Catfish Down. I know I got one that says Gold Rush, and then other people I hear them talking about the different names of them. So I guess that's a Mad Cats thing. They name these fancy names on their rods. So this is called Catfish Down. I think this is this is the first Mad Cats that I ever bought, and so you have to be down in the southern part of Virginia to get these. And this was down Bob's Bait Shop, Bob's Bait and Tackle, down on the off of the Kerr Reservoir. He sells them there. And let's bring this last one over here in. This is the Cast King Kong rod. Caught one on this one earlier today. So what I did is put the last part of the shad. So I put the big shad head on it. So let's bring it in. Man, it's almost like something's on here. That head is so big, it's like a fish. Yeah, this thing is like a fish. So obviously if something had jumped on this, we'd all been having a good day if something had bit this thing. But you gotta take a chance. There's no point of getting rid of it. It's already bait. So I mean, this is big. I try to usually get the smallest shads that I can find. Oh, the color in the glove. So yeah, so the story on these gloves, obviously they glow under black light, but if you have a Ollie's in your area, you can get these pretty cheap, cheaper than the stuff you get at the gas station. I can get a pack. There's another set that I use. You can get like a pack of 3 for $5.99. This one's maybe like $5.99, but these are the sturdy ones, and they're called. Let me throw that. Put my thing here. They're called Steelton. But yeah, these things like a BMX motocross rider. But yeah, these things are nice, and you can put them in the washing machine, and which is why I got these on, because I put these in the washing machine yesterday. And yeah, I like these things. And like I say, if you're fishing at night and you got the black lights on, you can see them, and you won't lose them on the ground if you happen to throw them down. Yes, sir. All right. And then the last piece, somebody was asking about this earlier, but this is the other, and I got to straighten it out, but this is the monster rod holder. This is called the Bankmaster Pro. And like I said, I've got some 12-inch extensions that I need to put on, but that'll lift them up even higher. I mean, this is fine, but like see these bushes here. If I wanted to get up a little bit higher, I can add these extensions, bring them up to maybe to about here, right? So I could add another 12 inches. But you can hit all three. It's got the stake. This is the same kind of ground stake that the individual ones that I have down there. It's the same piece. It's just this is called the Bankmaster Pro, and this is by Monster Rod Holders. There you go. So I pop this one down. You can angle them. You can have one pointing this way, have one down the middle, one to the left. And once you put this thing down in the ground, it ain't going nowhere. It is not going anywhere. You see, it's got three. The two long ones, and if you get it deep enough, this part gets anywhere in the ground, oh, you good. And you can step down on it too. So, yep, this is that. All right. We carry this stuff a little bit at a time. Start loading up this wagon again. Yeah, I think we already talked about the whisker seeker net. Yeah, so I've had this one for a couple of years. So it's got the handle here. So if I'm, if I'm down there, but obviously I need something like that on the other end so that I can just wrap it around. I know, said take some rope and tape, and that way, if I'm really down there, this thing doesn't slide out. So, and it breaks down. That's the other thing. If you ever want to catch a fish when you're packing up, just put the net away. As soon as you put the net away, that's when the fish comes on. Never fails. Especially if you take it all the way to the car, depending on where you're at. So the last thing I always pack up is the net. Because that's when you break rod tips. Okay. All right, let's drop this one back over here. It's the last three. And let's see, I got one more. So, there's lots of different rod socks. But what I like about this particular one is that it will glow under black light as well. So if you're fishing at night and you got it thrown down on the ground somewhere, you just use your black light and you can sometimes find it. So this is one, and I'm assuming that you should never do. Everybody knows what these things are for, but this is to keep when you're carrying it, to keep your hooks, especially if you have a hook holder. I guess that's what they call them. If you have a hook holder, then you can protect that and make sure they're not getting tangled. What happens to me, I get the rods tangled up together all the time. So this will prevent a lot of that rod tangling up. Getting hooked on stuff you don't need to be hooked on to. I was hoping I could get all this stuff up in 2 trips, which I don't know. I might be able to do it. Let's see. Oh, Lord. I just put a hole in my cart. Yeah, if I was walking up a flat surface, I would do 2 trips. Since I got to walk up this hill, I'm going to try to do one. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the last of these rods in. Been out here a while. We had a good day. Bring in the Hellcat. All right, so Hellcat. This was the second Hell. So I got 2 Hellcats. One is a casting, and then they came out with the spinning. So I got this spinning Hellcat at CatCon this year, and this is a 7'6" Catch the Fever. You know, there's plenty of folks who have, if you want to get one of these, have their discount codes. This is the heavy action. This is a really nice rod. And then this particular reel, this is the Okuma Coronado. This is the CDX 65. So I've got 55s, I've got 60s, I got 65s, and I got a huge one that's an 80. So, but these are definitely my favorite spinning reels. This is the Okuma. Now I will be, believe it or not, giving away one of these and doing a giveaway. Can't remember which one it is. It might be a 55 or a 60. But these are bait runners. All right. So I did not catch anything. I don't believe I caught anything on carp today. I think they were all on either shad or that one that was on eel. So, you know, just something to remember. Try to keep in your head that what worked and what didn't work, because this is like only the 3rd time I've fished in this spot. The 2nd time doing this time slot in the morning, and I was here last night till about 8:30, and I caught 2, and they all been in that 10-pound range. Caught 2 of those last night, so it's a good spot if you don't it may not so far. And I'll just say this, you never know, because there was a spot I fished at for years, and kind of like the same thing, similar size fish. And then the day, it was my birthday, we were fishing on my birthday, and I caught a 34-pounder. And that was the one I submitted as I guess I probably should be sitting down. Doing some of this. I did that, submitted that, and that was my first official Virginia citation, or what they call a trophy catfish. I mean, I've had some that are bigger, but that was the first time I'd ever went in on the website and uploaded it and had it officially certified. So yeah, you never know. Even though you might catch a lot of, people have different opinions on what's a monster. To me is probably an average size fish for somebody else, and vice versa. You just never know. Depends on the size of the fish in your area. But so I know that a little bit further down there, they range from 5 pounds up to 35. So you just never know. There's a second boat. I think it's only the second boat I've seen out here today. Now, I think yeah. So, and then it's, same thing. Put the rod, sock, it'll, if you haven't seen it, I'm assuming anybody that's still left, you've seen these, but, and these are lifesaver. Every time I don't put one on, get something tangled up in the car. And I'm almost done. I know I drag out these pack-ups, but, I'm not coming back out today. So this is the other, and this is, I'm going to be giving one of these away. You have to put it together yourself because it'll be hard to ship it. But this is another monster rod holder for the bank. It'll have all the pieces. It'll have the holder, it'll have the base, And I don't know if it has the extended ones or not, but anyway, that'll be part of the giveaway also. All right, bring in Uncle Lou. Yeah, so if you look at my short that I did last night, I was doing the same thing, packing up. I had two reels. I had two already out. I had the Freddie FOA sitting over there, and ended up catching a 12-pounder while I was packing up last night. So, and I made a short video out of it, and it did pretty good. Oh, that was the first one I did like at midnight, and man, that thing was the second. It had like over 2,000 views. You know, I know for me that's a big deal. I know, if it was like TikTok or something like that, they would, that's not much for that platform. But I think for a YouTube short, a 15-second fishing short, to do 2,000 for me, well, I thought it was pretty good. And all right, pull this one. See, you got to actually pull to get it out of the ground. So I don't know too many fish are gonna, as long as you have it secure in the ground and you don't have it like on a ledge where the actual ground is going to give away, as opposed to anything that the rod holder would, um, you should be good. Oh, by the way, that was the Uncle Lou, and I know 7'6", that was the original. Now I don't know if he hasn't had the spinning rods in a while, so I was lucky to get that one a couple years back, and I like the orange. So if he ever gets another spinning version, I would like to get another one just to have as a backup. And then the last rod coming in is and I'll show it before I put in. This is the Muddy River Catfish, and this is the Blue Cat rod, and it was the same deal. He didn't have the spinning for a while, but I think he does have the spinning again. And I think what he told me is that you can get them customized. So it's a lighter, I think it's like a lighter blue, and you can, order it and have what you want put on it. So that's kind of like my next project, is to get one of these customized. But as far as handles or butts, man, you can't beat this thing here. Man, you can't beat this one. All right. And I wasn't gonna catch anything fishing on credit, but just packing it up. All right. So anyway, this is the spinning version of the Muddy River Blue Cat. And here we go. Here go the specs, 7'6". You can put up to, it says 10 ounce. What do I have on here? I've got an 8 ounce. That's plenty for here. As far as the line, 10 to 65, that's mono. So obviously, this is I think this is the reaction. I got the shirt on. I think this is the reaction that they have right now. And then this is the medium heavy. So yeah, this is stout. This is a nice one. And then same thing. This is the Akuma. I think this is the 60. I think the other one I showed you was a 65. And you can tell the different years. So now they've gone from this And I know this is faded. The paint is faded, but they had that new silver matte color that you see on all the cars now. Um, so they did the same thing with the reel. I think I prefer the bright silver, the chrome look, but different times they ended that matte, um, like primer look. Like, man, they sold you a car and didn't even paint it. They got it primed, you know. But anyway, that's what they do now. All right. I don't have anything else in the water. Let me check the chat, and then we'll get this thing shut down. So anybody who hung in here to the last minute, and I noticed a few of you in here, appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, Martin S came in. Now I gotta do a recap. All right, Steve Ransom already checked out. Reverend Cap. Okay, so Martin S. So here's what happened. We did StanDay. Let me come over here because I can wrap this up. So we did StanDay. Stan had to leave about 10:45. His granddaughters had volleyball, not volleyball, but softball tournaments. So we moved over to my channel for the last hour. But since I started it in yeah, Dustin. Yeah, this is the I'm finished. I'm good. I can start the recap over. Thank you. This is the last cap. So as you know, we started StanDay this morning, and he had to leave at 10:45, and so moved over to my channel. So Steve Ransom had the biggest catch. He had a 21-pound flathead. At that point in time, I had two blue cats in. They totaled up to 15 pounds. Timmy had one, I think it was 3 pounds. JG Hill, he was fishing. And I thought we had one other person in. You had to go back to Stan's first live and see who was the other person fishing. But anyway, so we moved over to my channel, and I realized I started it in YouTube and not StreamYard, so I didn't have any way of inviting anybody into the stream. So we're gonna test that out this week, so that if we ever have one of those situations where we need to switch the channel, um, I'll get my StreamYard all sorted out, and that way we'll keep going. But I caught 3 since the part 2. Yeah, Timmy. I did say, I said Timmy. Yeah, he caught the 3-pounder, but I'm leaving somebody out. So I thought we had 4. 4 fishing. Yak Shore was commentating. Stan was commentating. So I think that's what I'm thinking about. Yak Shore wasn't fishing, but he was like co-hosting and advertising. Talking about his new show Saturday mornings from I think 7 a.m. to 8 or 8 to 9, one of those two. But check him out. So I caught 3 since I moved over on my stream. Obviously, they were all down there, so I had to pick up the camera and run down there. But you can go back, you'll see 2 blues. One is like 11 pounds, one was like 7 or 8. And then I caught a channel on the Freddy rod right before, about half hour ago, right before I started packing up. So that is the story. That is the story. So I've got a couple things going this week. So Steve Ransom was the champion of the day. I've got Brian B's Midnight Madness this Friday night, starting at 11:55 p.m. and that will go till 5 a.m. And then Sharina Keeping It Real has a carp tournament sometime during that day, so I'll probably have to move on from the Brian B, then on to Sharina once I figure out what time hers is, and then of course we'll be back on StanDay on Sunday. So that is the story, and that's the way I'm going to call it. And I'm going to go ahead and shut this down because there's nothing in the water, so no point of y'all watching me yak. So that's it. Thank y'all, especially Rebel River and Wayne, who's been here, and Steve and Yak Shore hanging out with me. Bernie Brown came in. Who else came in the second part? Yeah, OG Sean White popped in. Fishing with Jeff Beal, Big Vince. I think Wayne subscribed. So yeah, so I probably would. This will probably get me pretty close to my 4,000 watch hours by the time this one's over. But um, I still got quite a few subscribers to go because what I was talking about, Dustin, is I wanted to be able to do that daisy chain like y'all do on Friday nights where Stan will do from 8 to 9, and then Jody will do from 9 to 12, and then Ed will do from 12 to 4. But you have to have 1,000 subscribers, so that would have been one thing we could have done this morning, but I'm not eligible for that yet. So y'all help me out, help me get there. I think that's the big hurdle. And there's probably some other perks that, depending on how many subscribers you have, some options I just don't have right now. But we'll get there. We will get there. So anyway, I'm gonna jump out of here, and I will see everybody in the chats, and I'll probably do one. Good luck, Rebel River. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do the live. And if I'm gonna head home, and depending on what time you get on, I'll jump in, check you out. All right, we'll see y'all next time.